So now there are various geospatial data analysis methods. So GIS has the capability to carry out many number of analysis related to any discipline. So these include plant animal ecology, geostatistics, landscape ecology, applied statistics, and many other. So there are various classification analysis of geospatial data. That is the database query, geospatial measurement, overlay operations, network analysis, surface analysis, and geovisualization. So database query, which includes the vector data query, raster data query, which is vector data query is further classified into query by attribute, query by spatial data. Raster data query is classified into three types: query by pixel value, query by attribute, query by spatial data. As we know, vector data, it is the spatial database consists of two types: vector data and raster data. Vector data, it consists of point, line, and area or polygonal feature. Raster data, it is similar to the digital image, which consists of pixels. And geospatial measurement includes two types: measurement by density, measurement by distance. Measurement of distance. Overlay operations: vector overlay, raster overlay. Vector overlay, point on polygon overlay, line on polygon overlay, polygon on polygon overlay, and the raster overlay includes the index overlay and matrix overlay. Index overlay, more number of maps are required. For matrix overlay, only 2 maps are required. Network analysis is classified into further 3 types: network tracing, network routing, and network allocation. And surface analysis, which has been derived from the digital elevation model, that is the slope, aspect, curvature, contour, view shed or hill shed analysis, watershed analysis, and surface intersection. And geovisualization, which includes the classification, reclassification, map comparison, chart, report, map layout, and 3D visualization. So in vector data query, as when query by attribute data, it is similar to the SQL query, that is select star from where. That means start the attribute name. Star means all the fields we have to select, and also we can give the specific field name from the table where we have to give the condition. And the conditional statement is represented by the 3 types of operators, that is the relational operators, that is less than, greater than, less than equal to, or greater than equal to, or equal to. That is select star from road where road width is greater than 10. This is the condition for that in terms of relation. And for the arithmetic operator, it is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Select road name width plus 2 is, that is from where. And boolean operators in the and, or, not, and XOR. And when both conditions are true, that is the intersection, and or means the union. When any one is true, it is true, and not, it is like the inverter, and XOR, it is the AB plus A bar B bar, AB bar plus A bar B bar. That is the equation for the XOR gate. And query by spatial data, that selection by cursor, we can also select the data with the help of cursor, or we can go with the help of SQL query, that is select by location, select by attributes. And for the selection by graphic objects, there is method on the spatial data query uses graphic object to select the map features which fall intersected by the graphic object. For example, selecting all schools that fall inside a drawing circle. Selection by spatial relationships. Spatial relationships are used in the query include the following main subtypes, that is the containment, which select features that fall completely within features used for the selection. Adjacency, select features that are adjacent to features used for selection. Intersect, select features that intersect features used for selection. And proximity, select features that are within a specified distant time of features used for selection. These are some examples how there has been district has been selected, or selected cities within the district with the attributes. Next is the buffer analysis. Buffer is that is the proximity analysis is not always based on the distance but also on time. It is known that the distance can be converted into time. For example, proximity analysis based on access time or a travel time provides the distribution of time zone indicating at a certain point. That is proximity analysis, that is the access to the railway stations, walking distance in time to railway station. And next is the hybrid data query. Hybrid data query, it is the combination of the that means in the query it uses both geometric and attributes search criteria. And raster data query, it is the query by pixel values of the raster A common method of query or raster selecting pixels is based on the values. For example, we are going to select those pixels which have value less than 10, and can also use the Boolean expression. Query by attribute: if the raster is classified image or a thematic image or raster pixels are joined with any attribute table, it can be queried by attributes. For example, acquiring the pixel count of vegetation class and water class. Query by spatial data: a raster may be queried by the pointing the cursor on a cell to identify its location and cell value. Graphic objects like point, line, circle, rectangle, or polygon can also be used to make a query on raster data. Measurement of density. There are two types of geospatial measurements, which are measurement of density and measurement of distance. Measurement of density, it is based on the line density. Line density or interpolation techniques, line density or the point density. Line density, which is based on the if we want to calculate the drainage density or the lineament density or the road density, and by calculating density we can create a surface showing the predicted distribution on the signal through the landscape. And measurement of distance, it is based on the distance. So example, if you want to calculate the distance of lineament, distance to drainage, distance from road, and it is by mapping the several different concepts. Are Euclidean distance we mainly use, which is defined as the distance measured along a straight line from one point to another in a Cartesian coordinate system. And there is the Manhattan distance, is defined as a rectilinear route measured along the parallels to x and y axis. And time distance is defined as the time interval required from to move from one point to another by using specific transportation means. Overlay operations, as I told, there are two types: vector overlay and raster overlay. Vector overlay includes the three topological relationships: that point in polygon overlay, line in polygon overlay, polygon in polygon overlay. And raster overlay, it is based on the two types of maps of the index overlay and the vector matrix overlay and index overlay. Matrix overlay is based on the in raster overlay, the pixel or grid cell values in image are combined using arithmetic and Boolean operators to produce a new value in order to composite the raster maps. The maps include and for the in case of matrix overlay we need two maps, and index overlay we need more than two maps. And network analysis, the movement of people, the transportation and the distribution of goods and services, the telephone cable network, pipeline, etc., delivery, the communication of the information that occurs through network system. Network connectivity is based on the geometric coincidence. Network models are based on interconnecting logical components, which are the following: that nodes, which define the start, end, and intersection. Chains are the line features joining nodes, and links join together points making up a chain. Network analysis is the range of techniques employed by engineers and planners to study the properties of networks, including connectivity, capacity, and rate of flow. There are three main types of network analysis, which is known as network tracing, network routing, and network allocation. Network tracing finds a particular path through the network based on the criteria provided by the user. Network routing determines the optimal path along a linear network. Some possible criteria to select the path include shortest distance, fastest distance, or minimum cost from a position on the network to a no location. It can also be point to point destination or point to multiple point, etc. And network allocation deals with the designation of portion of the networks to supply centers or destination points. And surface analysis, we need the digital elevation model. DM normally implies the elevations of the terrain. There are date values, void of weightage, and man-made features. This bare DM is generally similar to DTM. From the DM we can derive many things, that is the slope, calculation of maximum rate of change across the surface, aspect identifies the steepest downslope across the surface, and curvature describes the physical characteristics of a drainage basin in order to afford to understand the erosion and the runoff process. And the hillshade analysis is to create an illuminated representation of the surface. Hillshade analysis obtains the hypothetical illumination of a surface by determining the illumination values. And another is the viewshed analysis. Watershed analysis we need for calculating the basin shape, the flow direction, the flow accumulation, drainage density. These are related to the watershed analysis. And surface intersection summarizes the areas and volumes of change between the two surfaces. That is the morphometric features. That morphometry refers to the for measuring external shape and dimensions of the landform. And finally is the geovisualization. It refers to techniques and tools designed relatively interactive visualize the special phenomena. There has been considerable database. Geovisualization about the GIS data visualization refers to presentation, and GIS includes interactive maps and other views that operate on the geographic data. This is all about the classification of the and classification orders to classify the map into the different classes. We have suppose if you prepared various thematic layers, that is for the landslide data analysis, the slope map, aspect map, curvature, geology map, geomorphology. Each of the class thematic layers will be classified into the various classes.